So, welcome, y'all. This is Art and Hustle. My name is Carlos Walker, and this is Black Authors Matter. So, we have Miss Shelley Shelton with us. How you doing, Miss Shelton?
I am fantastic. How are you today?
Man, life is perfect. So, if you
I love
will, before we head into your books, will you please share with them who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. So I am Shelley Shelton. I'm a motivational speaker, author, and I also am a talent acquisition guru. I teach businesses how to staff them so that they can be incredibly successful. So, but what's most important that I absolutely love doing is speaking and writing books. And so I am actually a children's book author. And so I have three books out. Fourth one is coming for children, but I also have a self-help book that's out there as well for those that are going through separation and divorce and having a difficult time with transitioning back into love and life again.
Mm. So, tell me a little bit about your children's books.
Yeah. So I have multiple sclerosis. I used to be blind and unable to walk. And while I was going through that journey, I was married at the time and we desired to have kids. Well, that piece didn't happen. And so essentially, what happened was God birthed me with a book baby, and his name is Chandler. And so Chandler is a series of books called The Adventures of Chandler and the Traveling Prayer Shawl. It's a prayer blanket, and he's now 11 years old, and he goes on all these different adventures, and he teaches kids about the power of prayer and believing in God and kid entrepreneurship. And so he goes on all these different adventures and does an absolutely fantastic job being incredibly positive at all times and encouraging kids about the power of prayer and believing in themselves.
That's phenomenal. And you said it's three, about to be the fourth one?
Yeah, yeah. The last one, in fact, I have a couple of them with me, I think. So the last one that I have is called Are You There, God? It's Me, Chandler. And this one, he's actually 15 and he helps kids, coaches kids through getting through the divorce process that his parents are going through. So it has been very instrumental in helping kids go through that process because sometimes parents fail to realize that their children are going through the process with them as well. So it's a coaching book for kids, and it's extremely positive, and it helps them to see that no matter if they go with the parent, go with the mom, or go with the dad full time, they both love the child, and so it's been instrumental in helping them to just remain positive during that entire process.
Hmm. I like that. So, share with me, I guess, what is the title of your other book?
Oh
Is
yeah.
it
So the first Chandler book is The Adventures of Chandler and the Traveling Prayer Shawl. And so that's the very first one where he's I think in that one he's maybe somewhere between 5 and 8 years old. And then the second book is called Chandler Goes Camping. And that book is really, really amazing as well. He's somewhere between 8 to 10 years old for that one. I'll have to check back. Remember how old he is. But it's Chandler Goes Camping, and he camps in the backyard with his best friends. And then the last one is the one that I was sharing with you is called "Are You There, God?" It's Me, Chandler. So those are the three that I have out now. And then the one that's coming this year, probably within the next couple of months, is called Chandler Creates a Vision Board. And so it really helps kids to stay focused on their future and having goals.
that's amazing.
Thank you.
If you will share a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. So Chandler Creates a Vision Board is actually for 5-year-olds. And it helps kindergarten teachers, kindergarten through first grade teachers, and second grade teachers and kids and parents realize that as your kids begin the early stages of development, you can talk with them about dreaming and dreaming about goals and dreaming about what they want to be when they grow up. Chandler has always wanted to be a doctor like his dad. So his dad is a doctor in all the books. And so his kids, his little friends, they aspire to be football players, tennis players, um, and something in other areas of athletics or with being a brain surgeon, like all sorts of different stuff. And it helps them to open their minds to what the world has to offer, that there are so many options for them. But it really teaches them how to dream big at such an early age.
It sounds like these books are more than just for kids. It sounds like a lot of us adults probably can utilize them.
Ab-
Yes, they are geared towards them, or that's your audience. But it sounds like most of your books, a lot of us adults have either dealt with these issues and haven't dealt with these issues in life. So it's kind of like phenomenal to hear about them, but to think about the the reach that you could actually reach,
yeah,
even in an adult themselves can learn from these books, because they're, yes, while the principles are broken down in the simplest form, what it can do is actually transform an adult to where they are technically at but not at. They're grown, but technically they're still dealing with some issues that are in the past or in their youth, whether it be their parents may have separated. Some people still deal with those issues. So I think this book, while you have already set your audience, I would recommend this book to a lot of adults while reading the whole series. The fourth one come out this year, but read all of them to their kids, but learn to enter, what's the word I'm looking for? Learn to dig deep in their own lives.
I love
So
it.
I
Yeah.
thank you for writing the books that you wrote. I'm pretty sure you have more on the way. Is there any other books you have on the way?
Yeah, yeah. So I have seven more that I've written for the children book series. And in fact, I am sending these three that I was just telling you about. I'm in prayer about um what Tyler Perry Studios. So I'm just trusting and believing. I am putting in the mail on Monday these three books to go there. And just believing that they will change the world, help kids see themselves in a positive light every single day. But I have seven more books that are going to come by the end of 2024. And then I also have a book for adults, as you were talking about, and it's called Smile, the How to Guide to Get Through Any Storm.
I
And
think that's the book I was looking for.
yes, yes, it's called Smile, the How to Guide to Get Through Any Storm. And at the time, CJ Quinney of EPA was my coach then. And so he really helped walk me through what I need to do with that book. So yeah.
Talk to me about that book.
So, Smile, the How To Guide to Get Through Any Storm is a book that helps you with the formula of how you get through the life storms. So, SMILE is actually an acronym. So, when you pick the book up, as you read it, you will see exactly why it's called SMILE. So, it's the formula to get you through. So, if anyone goes online and Google Shelley Shelton divorce recovery, you will see a video where I talk about how you get through the storm. And that if you need to get through the storm, I'm the chick that you call to help get you through it. But it gives you a formula to help you see that no matter what you go through, you can get through it. But I give you the formula as far as how you get through it.
I think most of our, I look at nature a lot of the times.
Mhm.
Nature teaches you a lot, but you have to pay attention to it.
Absolutely.
I see more bright days than I do see stormy days. And
That's
the storm is always passing, is not staying.
that's right.
And when we as people learn to tie down and realize that tunnels are the same way, You're going through it. But it's always brighter light, and there's more road without tunnels than it is tunnels. But when you go through one, just know that you're coming out of it. And it's your perspective that does everything. So that's one of the books that I really wanted you to talk about, which thank you for just doing that. But people need to, in this day, people need to know they're coming out of storms.
Yes.
People need to understand that you're and the storms that you done already came out. Rejoice that you're out of them, and share with somebody else that how you made it out. Because that is one of the reasons why you say you're the chick that, hey, you can talk to about a storm now. Look,
Right.
because you have came out and you're willing to share your story, willing to testify or give your testimony or of what God has done for you or how you have come out of these things. So
Absolutely.
I commend you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if a couple things I want you to do before you leave.
Mhm.
Tell them where they can find your book, where they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, any of the pro platforms that they may be able to find you, reach out to you, get some of your services, because you named off a few that you actually do. And then two, I need a word of wisdom for them.
Okay. Let me give you the word of wisdom. I think the word of wisdom is for people to understand that your pain is not permanent. No matter what you go through, you're going to go through a lot of stuff in life. No matter what age you are, you're going to go through a lot. I went through a lot at 8 years old. And I tell people all the time, who you are at 8 years old is who you will become. And so I'm going to leave that with you as the words of wisdom, that your pain is not permanent. And who you are at 8 years old is who you will become. And when you think about that, you will actually understand what I mean by that. Um, if you want to take a look at my books, my services, things that I do, and how I do what I do, there's a number of ways to get in contact with me. I actually have actually three websites. I didn't talk about that. I'm also president of a nonprofit called Lady Lions Sisterhood. Um, but that's ladylionssisterhood.com. And to get my books, you would go to unstoppableuniv.com/books. Okay. I have Unstoppable University. I didn't talk about that, but that's okay. And then the last thing is I'm a corporate speaker. I do motivational speaking, and I teach businesses how to staff their businesses so that they are successful. And then that's on ShellyShelton.com. But if you go to any of those sites, you'll also see that I'm all over social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Just look for Shelly Shelton, or with the Chandler books, you can go to Adventures of Chandler. You'll find all the books. You'll find out how he has his own little conversations with kids, how he keeps up with things with, having dialogue and conversations with kids. But you can find me anywhere. If you Google Shelly Shelton, you'll see all of my stuff.
Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate this, and remember, y'all, your pain ain't permanent.
Amen.
So before we leave, if you want to say anything else, please do. From
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for allowing me to spend a few minutes on your platform. So God bless you, and thank you so much for what you do and how you are impacting the world.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our books. The only reason why I'm doing this, there was a saying that I heard a while ago. It says, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book.
Mm,
And it stuck with me. And I realized that I know why we didn't read at one point. And that was mainly because people told us that we couldn't, or what they would do to us if we chose to. Learning wasn't something that we was always, we have been, there's common sense and then there's book sense. We always had common.
yeah.
God knows how to give you what you need. But now what I understand is that we're able to write books. We're able to do things. And most of us have something to say. So what I want people to do is take it from people who have wrote. Note it, put your words down. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to speak. because your words have power. And when we learn to take these words, put them on paper, somebody will read them later on. So I'm just thankful to God that he gave me an idea. I'm looking to do 29 authors, Black authors, or authors that are Black in 29 days and put them out there.
I love it. I
So
love it.
thank you for being who you are, for creating the work that you did. And this is Art and Hustle. Black Authors Matter. Thank y'all.